Let C be the cost in dollars of purchasing P pounds of potatoes. What does the ordered pair 10 4 mean in this situation? So let's see what this little information here is. If you're using the layman text, this information comes directly from page 15 of our textbook. For an ordered pair AB, and here we're using A and B, just like we've often used X and Y, we can use any two variables we want here. We write the value of the independent variable in the first or the left position and the value of the dependent variable in the second or the right position. So that means when we're thinking about an ordered pair, we always want to think about the independent variable coming first and the dependent variable becoming second. So that means in a problem like this, in order to say what this ordered pair 10 4 represents, we need to determine which of these variables is going to be independent and which one is dependent. So let's see what we have. We have the C is the cost in dollars of purchasing P pounds of potatoes. So now we want to ask the question, well, does the cost depend on how many pounds I buy? Or does the number of pounds I buy depend on the cost of the potatoes? Well, if we think about which of those makes the most sense, I think we would agree that the number of um, the number of pounds, you can buy whatever number of pounds of potatoes you want, but once you've decided how many pounds of potatoes you want to buy, the cost is going to depend on how many pounds of potatoes you purchase. So we could say that the cost depends on the number of pounds. Remember, we like to kind of write this little summary because that's going to tell us exactly which is the dependent variable. The cost depends. And if the cost depends, that means the cost is the dependent variable. So I'm going to write that down here. The cost is the dependent variable, and so that must mean the independent variable is the number of pounds. Often writing this and thinking about this in words before we grab the variables can be really helpful. Sometimes students think that it's too much work to think about the words, but it will make your life so much easier and ultimately you'll save yourself a lot of time. So now let's see if we can make sense of this ordered pair 10 4. Okay, so we've got the ordered pair 10 4. We already determined that in this particular problem, C was the dependent variable and P was the independent variable, right? P was the number of pounds and C was the cost. So that's just kind of summarizing what we have right here using the variables. So 10 must represent the number of pounds and 4 must represent the cost. So if we want to think about what 10 4 means in this situation, so the ordered pair 10 4 means if we buy, so the 10 was number of pounds, right? 10 pounds of potatoes, the cost will be how much? Will be $4. So that's what that ordered pair means in this situation.